There aren't many upsides to living in the post-apocalypse. What with the rad storms and the death claws, the raiders and the feral ghouls, the 200-year-old skeletons still littering every decrepit building and destroyed highway. But the outfits! You can definitely wear some snazzy outfits. Hi, this is Marcy with Sketchbook Scheming. I just wrapped up a months-long obsession with the video game Fallout 4. Warning, some minor spoilers ahead. The game is set in the Commonwealth, formerly the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, 210 years after the Great War of 2077 that flooded the world with radiation and brought on the apocalypse. I am quite the noob at video games, but my character Susie, the sole survivor from Vault 111, and I struggled our way through the game. I eventually leveled up and adorned my house in Diamond City with my vast clothing collection and my mountain of weapons and loot. In this project, I made some of my favorite outfits from the game, and I turned them into clothing for paper dolls. This one is the Silver Shroud, which was one of my favorite quests from the game. Susie hunts down the outfit from an old comic book store and takes on the role of the superhero to hunt down and execute some real bad guys. I tended to use the same method for making each outfit. I would start by outlining the doll body and then build the pencil sketch around that, and then I'd add some fine liner and paint. The next outfit was also found at the comic book store, the costume of Grognak the Barbarian, a comic book hero from before the bombs had dropped. You can collect the comic books throughout the game for some extra perks. I make Grognak's axe a powerful melee weapon a little bit later in the video. By the way, it's not a great idea to attack a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, but he's my buddy and I think he knew it was an accident. Pretty new to video games, having strenuously avoided them for decades, but the storytelling in The Last of Us grabbed me and never let go. I first saw it as the TV show before diving into parts 1 and 2 of the game. I fell in love with Joel and Ellie as they traveled through a different post-apocalypse. I'm pretty new to art too, and I just love when the things that I'm exploring in my life make their way into my art explorations. Some of the most fun outfits were worn by the Pack, a faction of raiders operating in Nuka World. They followed an alpha and wore bright animal-themed clothing. In Fallout 4, the sole survivor searches for her kidnapped son, Sean, a main questline story that was for sure enough to grab me. I took my time though and thoroughly explored all the locations and side quests in the vast open world of the video game. I tackled all the DLCs too, short for downloadable content. There's a lot of lingo in the video game world. The extra content included new locations and quests, as well as new contraptions and characters, and of course, new outfits and weapons to loot. The game has a really intriguing look, with the society's aesthetic kind of freezing in the 1950s as their technology continued to advance way beyond ours, resulting in a charming retrofuturism. That's not so charming after all the destruction and scarcity and radiation and mutations. The world is dirty and broken and grungy and gross, but yeah, kind of charming too. It was around this time that I realized I didn't want to glue the clothing onto the dolls, but rather I wanted to use Velcro to be able to mix and match some hats, masks, tops, and bottoms. Three outfits done. You'll see more from the pack later on. Next up, though, is The Mechanist, a really fun quest from a DLC that earned Susie some of her strongest armor. Once I got it, I wore it for the rest of the game. I looted this next outfit off of a trapper I had killed in Far Harbor, another DLC from the game. The helmet for this one, so silly, was one of my favorites. The various enemies often use bits and pieces of junk from their environment to add to their armor, and in this case the character is wearing a helmet made from a lobster trap. Another aspect of Fallout 4 that absolutely knocked my socks off is the music. The Diamond City radio station plays many songs from the 1940s and 50s, including a lot of music that's new to me. They've been haunting and delighting me for months. Some favorites: Orange Colored Sky by Nat King Cole.
I was walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky, flash, bang, alakazam, wonderful you came by.
I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire by the Ink Spots.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
And Undecided by Ella Fitzgerald.
First you say you do, and then you don't, and then you say you will, and then you won't.
I dare any of you to listen to those songs, say a few hundred times each, and not get them stuck into your very soul. And then I got my greedy little hands on Nuka Girls rocket suit, a really cute little outfit complete with an astronaut's helmet. I took a time out from the outfits because I realized I needed some more masks or helmets that I could mix and match, which was the whole point of the Velcro. Nothing beats the masks of the pack, in my opinion. I looted them like crazy. Here's a jaguar mask. I'm not sure why it has twig antlers, but okay. It looks really cool. And I needed a chef's hat. What? You think you don't have to cook in the post-apocalypse? Those rad roaches aren't going to roast themselves. And just one more from the pack. This buffalo mask was another one of my favorites. I made some of these yellow doll bodies to contrast more with some of the black outfits. Next up, a varsity jacket from DB Technical High School. This outfit was kind of funny for me because I had discovered the high school while out wandering and cleared it out of floor after floor of raiders. Then I was sent there on a mission and the raiders had respawned, so I had to kill them all again. Then I heard about the varsity jacket that I had missed, so I went back again and killed the respawned raiders for a third time so that I could loot the jacket. So I guess what I'm saying is, I earned that varsity letter. I used the Velcro on my Grognak outfit to line up the spots for all the pieces that I wanted to be able to mix and match. I wanted to make some weapons that went along with certain outfits. I already told you about Grognak's axe, and the Silver Shroud had a special silver submachine gun. I personally don't like using submachine guns because I can tend to panic and I waste a ton of ammo, but I would still loot every weapon I could get my hands on. Last outfit, I swear. Now, Susie and I tried and tried to be good girls on our playthrough, but moral ambiguities are around every corner in the Commonwealth, and there came a time when we kind of had to brutally massacre the entire pack in Nuka World, including this guy, Mason, their alpha, and all the other raiders. Mason's necklace is made of Yao Guai fingers, a mutated bear that I was able to tame as a pet using one of the contraptions from a DLC. So I I didn't really appreciate Mason wearing Yao Guai fingers as a necklace, so he had it coming, is what I'm saying.
When you cut it with that old Viper man, you'll be high. You take one hit and you'll be swinging with the band. When you hang around that old Viper man.
And finally, the moment came that every sketchbook schemer waits for, the chance to fill up some spreads in their sketchbook. I painted some simple backgrounds that I wanted to be reminiscent of the wasteland of the glowing sea, a highly irradiated area. If you go there, don't forget to pack your hazmat suit. And then it was time to play with my dolls.
Stay away from that old Viper man. Don't you take that fruit he's holding in his hand. Just one bite and you'll be swinging with the band.
I'd love to hear your thoughts of what your favorite outfits were. Maybe you've seen Fallout, so I thought they did a really great job with it. Maybe you've even played the game. I'd love to hear from you, and thanks as always for watching. Take care.
When you hang around that old Viper man, heard it told about that old Viper man. Maybe I'll hang around that old Viper man.